Hi everyone, so Shaurya this side, and today I'm gonna cover like different resources which you can use to prepare for quant interviews as well as tests for the quant firms like HFTs or banks or trading firms, other trading firms. Uh, so I have been a part of an intern season as well as a placement season, and I have given a lot of interviews for different HFTs, different trading companies, different banks as well. And I want to share different resources that I have used and how you can also use them to prepare for these interviews and even get shortlisted in them if you want to prepare for it. I just want to share these things. So, like, there are two aspects. There are two, you can be preparing for internships or you can be preparing for full-time offers, right? Or placements, I would say. Uh, so, either you're preparing for internships or placements. In both the cases, you will find something from this video and it will be helpful for you. So, like, majorly there is no difference in preparation. So preparation is almost same. Just that in placements or full-time offers, the number of interviews rounds will be more. There will be more tests, and like it will be little more rigorous because they are giving a full-time offer, right? In case of internships, they will have the time to test you, right? And they will give you full-time offer only after they see your work. So that's a little different. And other than that, it varies from company to company, firm from firm. Things can change, right? So what are the some what are the key things that you need to prepare for? First of all, of course, you need to prepare for like probability and statistics. No matter what it is, either it is an HFT, it is a hedge fund, or either it is a like investment bank as well. If they're hiring for quantitative roles, they will stress on your ability, like their command on probability and statistics. So on this can be categorized into two kind of things. One is the probability based puzzles, which usually include expected value problems, right? And other than that, then there is the theoretical knowledge of probability that includes distributions, uh, then statistics theory like test, hypothesis testing, and other theoretical concepts which are in the probability instead. So for preparation of this part, you can just refer to any course at your college or like at even online as well, and you can get a good grasp of all the concepts of like probability and statistics, and you should be good to go. For these two things, you can solve. There are a lot of sites, a lot of books, as well as a lot of good resources available to prepare for this, which I will mention, as well as like I will also put the links in the description of the video. And apart from this, again, what they check is your problem solving ability. So, although a lot problem solving ability also gets covered in this part, but apart from that, for problem solving ability, they can ask you questions around DSA, like data structure algorithms. That means like uh, coding problems basically. Not necessarily they will ask, but they can ask these. Apart from that, they love to ask strategy based problems, like they will like in these kind of problems you are given a situation and there is some setting and you have to find an optimized way of doing something in the situation, like you there are a lot of resources as well available or to practice these kind of problems, and these are lot of like even on like online like in even in competitive programming problems you can get a lot of strategy based problems. So these are some things that they test. Then some people also ask about what is the status for prior experience, how much prior experience do they need. So usually for internships, like uh, they don't expect that much of a prior experience, but still if you have done courses on machine learning and like if you have projects on machine learning and stuff, or and you have done projects on like some quant side, which you can say that you have some basic financial knowledge and quant knowledge, like you have done projects on stock price prediction and things like that. Those kind of projects will help, right, to get noticed. Uh, but they don't pay that much attention. For placements is like, or full-time offers, uh, it can matter a lot, or like it definitely helps if you have already done a quant internship at a reputed firm, but it's not like uh, quant internship at a reputed firm. It's not like it's compulsory, but it helps a lot. Or even if you have done some other internship, then it like some good firm. So these are things are which usually they consider while selecting people. Other than that, of course, each and every company looks at like whether you are a company fit for them or not, whether you are a culture fit for them or not. Uh, so now I will share some resources. What are the resources that you need to, which you can use to prepare? So first of all, we will go to like how to prepare for the probability puzzles and expectability problems, all those things. So first of all, there are some books which you can refer. Uh, so first of all is this there is this practical guide to quantitative finance interviews. Practical guide to quantitative finance interviews. This is a book by Zinfeng Zhao. You can just Google and you will get it. This is a really go-to book which everybody uses to prepare for quant finance interviews. Then you can use you can also use this 50 challenging problems in probability. That is also a very famous and well-known book. There is also one book which is 20 challenging problems. These lot of those. Okay. Then there is a book that's called Heard on the Street. So Heard on the Street. So here by street they refer to Wall Street. So so basically this is a collection of quant finance interview puzzles only. So this is also useful, right? Then there is one more book that could help you a lot, and like that could give you an exposure to some different kind of problems. Like usually there is this book called A Collection of Dice Problems. So this book has a lot of problems on all the problems in this is based on dice, and they have a lot of good problems on expected value and as well as Markov chain. Although Markov chain is not that important, but yeah, it's good to have a good idea of what it is and like how you can solve it, use it to solve problems, right? State-based problems you can usually solve using a Markov chain. Uh, and this is a really nice book because it's not like it covers like only dice problems, and you get a good command on those if you try to do this book. Then there are few books that are by this author Mark Joshi. You can Google it. Like these are all quant finance interview books. You can refer to them. Apart from these books, there is one more book that is like which covers some advanced problems on like uh, more towards the problems which you will see in Olympiad level questions in like maths Olympiad or like Putnam. So that is there is this Peter Winkler. So you I think this book only will have like you can solve this after you have good confidence in solving questions from like challenging problems and like quantitative finance interviews by Zinfeng Zhao. Then you can look at this book, and I'm not saying this book is useless because uh, uh, right like in one of my like graviton interviews I later looked at I was looking at this book, and like I saw one of the questions from this book in my interview itself. Though like it's not important to solve the book because for the interview, because the purpose of the interview is just to see that whether you are able to think and like try to solve a problem. They are not too much concerned about like uh, whether you are whether you are going to the correct answer in one go or not. It's just like what is your thinking process? Are you able to get to the answer by taking like different approaches, and like how's your thought process? That's all that all the interview is all about, right? So these are some things that these are some books that you can refer. Apart from that, there are some really nice sites which you can use. First one is like mostly very famous, that is Brainsteller. which has not a lot of problems are there on Bestseller, but there are very good set of problems, and like they are very used from a lot of they are used by almost everybody who prepares for quant finance interviews, and a lot of times the same problems or similar problems are asked in the interviews as well. And then there is this site that is puzzled quant. So this site is basically opened by some of the students at like IIT Kanpur itself, and like this is a really good resource as well, which has collated some like great problems at a single place. And like they also have blogs, and they also launch different blogs with problems and explanations. So those are also good for developing your skills. Then there is one more site. There's this quant guide, so you can uh, use this site to like get exposure to different kind of problems which you might not find in these books, although a lot of problems will overlap among all of these books. But this quant guide site has a lot of new problems as well, which are like uh, they have like tons of problems. So you can look at, but I think this is not completely free. Some of this is paid as well, so like you have to look into that, but some of it is free as well, so you can look into that as well. Apart from these, are there also other sites like, but I don't think you should like try to like they just cut the knot and like uh, gourmet puzzles and lot of other sites as well, but lot of questions are the same, and they get repeat, like they just get repeated and again. So these are some sites. Apart from this, uh, for expected value problems, there is also one blog by Aristo on code forces. So you can also look at code forces blogs for expected value problems, although it is covered on like how to like for the problems in computational programming and like the sum technique, and but the ideas are very similar, and they will help you quite a lot even like in quant finance interviews as well, or like HFT firm interviews as well. So you can look that up as well. Apart from it, there are some firms who will also like task you with like market making games. So these are not generally HFTs or like hedge funds, but the market making firms or like the prop trading firms, they will ask you in an interview, or like they will do a like group discussion among different like the shortlisted people to play a market making game. So what is basically a making a market? Making a market is just setting a bid price and an ask price. I mean like setting a price for something that you want to buy. Like suppose I say that I'm ready to buy this at 100, but I'm ready to sell this at 110. So you are saying that uh, so this is making a market around something, right? So they can, some people might come to you and uh, take buy from you at 110, and some people might come to you and sell the same thing at 100. So you can make a profit from this spread. So this is called a spread of your market. So this is basically making a market. So uh, I will attach some resources for it. There are not many resources for this, but you can Google and find different things. So market making is basically a task that the firms do in like to provide liquidity in the market. So they reduce the spread between the like the lowest sell price and the highest lowest ask price and the highest bid price, and by doing that, they provide more liquidity in the market. So more transactions could occur in the market. So that's what they do, and that's why at uh, they can ask such kind of problems as well in the interviews as well as. So there are different kind of sites you can use, like you can look it up online to find out people's experiences on like market making interviews and stuff, but I don't think it's more of a spontaneous thing. Okay, so I think these are some things that usually they get asked, or like they might also ask you like in placements or in full-time offers, they might ask you like what is your motivation to join their firm. Like now, if you have not done a previous quant internship, or if you haven't done any previous trading internship, then why do you want to join their firm? And they might ask you this question. So like they like for in my case in my interviews, they did ask me like, do you know about trading, what is trading, what is market, what are bid prices, what is market making as well, and what is a strategy, can you give us like can you give a basic strategy for something which you have thought of. So these kind of questions they can ask, so be prepared for them as well. So I think because for them it's very important what's the motivation to join the firms. Uh, so these are basically the different things that you need to prepare for and the resources that you can use to prepare for all of these things that I have mentioned. And if you want to ask something, you can like ask it in the comment section. I will try to help. And thank you. Bye bye. Take care.